Be strong and courageous. He will give you much success. For the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. For the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. Hey everyone, welcome back to Faith, Family, and Food at the Parsonage. Again, my name is Tananda. For those of you that are new around here, welcome. Just wanted to say hi and coming back to finish our 14 Days of Faith journey. I know it's been a few days since we posted. And like I said before in my last video, we kind of only post, or I only post when God gives me something to post or something to talk about. And so today I actually wanted to share something that I shared in our 6 a.m. prayer group about how God will swiftly answer you in some instances and let you know that basically he said what he said. And one thing I say to my kids is if I tell them something and they're like, huh, or what, and it's like, I said what I said when I said what I said, you know, and they try to repeat me. But they usually never can. But anywho, I digress. So my brother had a car, has had two vehicles. He's purchasing one from us, and then he had acquired another vehicle that he has had for, I know, at least I believe maybe 6 months or so. And as many of you know, I turned my vehicle back in to the lender company or finance company back in January. I believe it was January. And so since then we've been down to one vehicle, and it's I wouldn't say it's been extremely difficult, but it's just have taken some getting used to with us just having one vehicle. And so I usually do my errands in the morning, do doctor's appointments, anything that I need to do in the morning before my husband has to go to work and take the vehicle for the evening. And so for the most part, we've been home in the evening. I've been getting rides to worship practice, and rides back home, and graciously the people that have been able to take me have been able to take me to pick up my kids from the babysitter. And so I've just been blessed, honestly, just in that aspect of them giving their time, their gas, their, you know, in the evening time when it's time to go home after rehearsal, it's late, and, you know, they all have families to go home to as well. And so I really, really appreciate them being gracious and God just placing it on their heart to be able to help me out. Anyway, so I've been asking God, you know, God, well, when will I get my new vehicle? And he said soon. And so, you know, I'm like, okay, well, soon. Like, okay, but God, like, when is soon? Like, for real, when is soon? And so I think maybe a week after I asked God when I would be getting another vehicle, I asked him, no, I concocted in my mind a plan where, okay, so my brother has this car, so if I just purchase a car from him, then I'll have a car that's already paid off. I won't have a car payment, and I'm like, yes, it's a win-win. I have a vehicle, no car payment, so no extra money that will be going out of the home. No extra money out of our pockets for the most part after the purchase of the vehicle, and I'll have a vehicle to drive. And so, like I said in the beginning, he's had this car for, I know, at least 4 to 6 months, and it's just been sitting parked. And so I talked to my husband about it, and I was like, well, you know, I'm gonna pray about it. So I remember praying about it in my prayer journal, and I asked God about it, and God specifically said, no, that is not your vehicle. I have something else in store for you. And so, I guess because God knows me, because I would have read it and been like, God, is that really you? Did you really say that? The next day, it was either the next day or maybe 2 days later, my brother calls me and he's like, sis, he's like, you home? And I said, yeah. And he says, do you have ink in your printer? And I was like, yeah, it's a little bit in there. Not much. I was like, what you need? He's like, I need to print a bill of sales paper so that I can get these people to sign it. And I was like, get what people? And I'm confused because I don't know what he's talking about. I'm in the middle of baking, so definitely one-track mind trying to get my goodies out. And he says, I'm getting ready to sell this car. And I was like, oh, okay, well, let me see if I can print it out for you. I'm like, what you need? And I'm, you know, kind of helping him back and forth over the phone. I'm on my computer. I stopped what I was doing. I was on my computer pulling it up. And, you know, at not one point did it dawn on me that the car that he's selling is the car that's been sitting for 4 to 6 months. And so then he was like, all right, I'm coming around there. So he shows up at the door. I walk outside and I see the people that I purchased in the car, and I see him, and I'm talking to the people, and, I'm being nice and, just being cordial or whatever. And I'm helping them out. I, printed out the stuff that they needed and told them to have a good day and, all of that good stuff. And so they drove off with the car, excuse me, and I came back in the house and I went back to the kitchen to bake or whatever. So I'm back in the kitchen baking, and it dawned on me like a little bit later. I had like this literal light bulb moment, and I was like, God, you're so funny. I said, you told me that was not my vehicle, and you proved it to me literally by bringing it to my front door and making me help him sell the car. I said, you are so funny. I said, the car has been sitting for months. And as soon as I asked God about it, about getting the vehicle, because to me, it seemed like the best idea ever. But to God, it was like, that's not what I have for you. I have something else in store for you. And no, I do not know what it is. However, God just wanted me to know that, okay, so since this is the opportunity that you are seemingly wanting, because I don't want it for you, I'm going to take it completely off the table. And so now that car is gone. It's not even in this area anymore. They purchased it and taken it on home. And so it's just one of those things where God his thoughts are higher than our thoughts. His ways are higher than our ways. And even though the plan seemed so brilliant in my mind, it's not what God wanted at all. And so many times we will come up with these plans, and we really have to stop and ask ourselves, okay, God, is this you or is this me? Is this what your will is for my life? Because that is actually what I want. Because I know that if I create my own will, my own plan, and I chase down behind it, I'm going to be like chasing a rabbit down a rabbit hole, trying to catch him, and it's never going to happen. But I know that if I stay in the will of God and I walk out the plan that he has for me, he'll give me step by step. He may not give me the full picture all at the beginning, but I know that he will give me step by step by step. And so I said all that to say that when God has promised you something, or God gives you a direction or something to do, trust him in it, follow him in it. Don't sway to the left or the right, especially when your own idea or what you think is going to be the greatest ending will alter the plan of God. So ultimately, God's will be done. And so you would rather it be done in his timing, his way, without so much of the heartache that you would probably incur if you decided to go off and do it your way. If I had purchased that car, it is an older car, so if I had purchased it, who knows, I might have been paying, money out of pocket being drained by mechanic fees or towing fees or whatever the case may be. But that's not what God had for me. And so I had to let that go and just sit back and relax. And my mom actually just said to me the other day, well, if you need the vehicle to borrow the van or whatever, just let me know. Me and Dad will work it out, and you can take it and, go where you need to go. And it just so happens that, hilariously funny, after God, and this just dawned on me just now, after God had me to help my brother sell the vehicle, I had another situation come up where I needed a vehicle to be able to go somewhere to take my kids. And so I said, okay, God, well, since you took that vehicle completely off the table, that means that you have to provide a way for me to get to where I need to go. And so I literally put it in God's hands. And I promise you that 2 days ago, I talked to my mom. And I hadn't even talked to her in a few days, but I talked to her, and she just said out the blue, well, if you need to borrow, the van to go where you need to go or run some errands, just let me know, and you can go ahead and borrow it. And I was like, okay. And I didn't even think about it at the time, just was like saying okay. But then as the days got closer, like today is when I need it, I was like, oh man, I can ask her if I can borrow the van. Like, she literally just offered it. And so I was like, okay, God, you provided a way. And I don't know if it's just me being prideful or just not wanting to bother anyone, but I have not asked anyone to borrow the vehicle or to really take me anywhere extra that was not essential or important. So really the only places that I've been in the past few months has been either church or home, to the grocery store. Usually, like, my husband and I will go grocery shopping during the day before he goes to work. But for the most part, I've been home, me and the girls in the house. And so I just think that it's funny how God just opened up a door for me to be able to go where I needed to go today, specifically. And I think it's just me getting out of my own way, saying, hey, I need help. And I just love how God is kind of chipping away the me and replacing it with Him. And so my prayer is to just become more disciplined and self-controlled, but also to be able to heed and yield to His unctioning, His plan for my life, His will. Because the one place I don't want to be is out of the will of God. I really want to be able to follow His word, follow His instructions, and do what it is that He has called me to do in this earth. I don't want to die and leave my purpose unfulfilled, because if I don't do it, then of course He'll raise up someone else who will, just like He did with Moses and Joshua. Moses didn't make it into the promised land, but Joshua did. And so if I don't do it correctly or do it the way that God has instructed me to do it, then He will raise up someone else who will. And so just keep that in mind. But like I said, God's ways are higher than our ways. His thoughts are higher than our thoughts, and He knows what lies ahead. And so He knows exactly what I need. And so I ask that whoever views this video, you guys just be in prayer with me as far as what it is that God has in store for me, whether it's another vehicle, whether it's whatever it is that God has. I just rebranded my business, and so I'm excited about that. If you check out my video over on Facebook and IG, I just posted it not too long ago. But yeah, God has exciting things for me and my family, and I love it so much that He has been pushing me to the forefront to speak about it, to be public about it, and not to hide the blessings that He's blessing us with. And so I'm so used to just being private and keeping things to myself. I love that He is pushing me to speak more, share more, be more vulnerable and transparent with you guys. Anywho, so this is definitely another step of faith, another leap of faith in my journey. Just being able to be more open and vulnerable with my viewers. If you guys have any questions or comments, always feel free to leave a comment down below in the comment box. Like, share, and subscribe to our channel. There will be more videos of us cooking and having fun like before. It's just, life has just been busy over the past couple of weeks with the kids, and we're now on spring break. So yeah, you guys enjoy the rest of your Thursday. This is Thankful Thursday. Leave in the comments some things that you are thankful for. I'm just thankful to be alive, honestly, and just thankful to be able to use my hands to create beautiful desserts, and just to take care of my family, and just be here on the earth enjoying this beautiful day outdoors. God is so good, and so I thank you guys for viewing all the way to the end. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. I love you all. Remember that faith will always see you through, no matter what you're going through. And it may seem impossible, as if your back was up against literally like this brick wall here, but we just started singing a song at our church called Never Lost, and it's by Maverick City. You guys check it out. It has been so powerful and has changed the atmosphere of our church. So come check us out at One City. If you don't have anywhere to go this Easter Sunday, stop by. Our services are 8:30, 10, and 11:30. There will be an Easter egg hunt following each service. Our kids are going to have so much fun. We have 10,000 Easter eggs for the kids. So if you bring your kids out, they will go home with lots and lots of candy. But most importantly, come hear the word of God. It's not just we celebrate God on Easter Sunday. We celebrate God each and every Sunday that we have a chance to worship and praise His name. So guys, come out and join us. Again, it's One City Church, 3310 Indian River Road in Chesapeake, where Pastor Jared Fayback and his family has come and taken over, and our pastoral leadership. So you guys, okay, I'm done. Have a blessed day. I will see you guys next time. I love you all. Bye.